Sarah's, Abraham's wife, whom he tried to sell into prostitution in Egypt, and his son, whom he tried to murder. And they're talking about daddy. Well, he tried to sell me as a prostitute. Oh, really? He tried to kill me. So the first Jewish family is the first Jewish dysfunctional family. And now you have this family. Also, they just don't seem, the family, if a man or woman can get complete satisfaction out of family and friends, they don't need to go out and redeem the world and be loved by everybody. Great example, Eleanor Roosevelt, First Lady of the world, everyone loved her. She was a terrible mother, and her children said so. So busy redeeming the world, she had no time for us. She totally ignored us. Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan adored each other. Their children, really, there's very little relationship there. And Reagan went on to save the country. So these are world redeemer figures. Abraham, Eleanor Roosevelt, Reagan. Who else? Mahatma Gandhi was estranged from his family. But he saved India. So these people have a larger canvas, and they don't seem to do very well with personal relationships. Even in the movie Ten Commandments, the princess of Egypt, who was in the movie in love with Moses, and then his wife, they get together, and one of them says, I lost him when he went to find his God. You, his wife, lost him when he found his God. Moses was not a man for family relations. He was in love with God. So it's typical here, so that if Jesus has problems, how much does his mother have heard that as a terrible rebuke? Now, from our point of view, we're very grateful because he's embracing us as his family. But Mommy, I'm sure, was not thrilled to hear this. It isn't a kind thing to say. I remember when I was a child, and my aunt came to visit me, and she was a wonderful aunt, my mother's only sister. And my father had a lot of sisters too, but I couldn't stand any of them. But my aunt came, and I'm lying in bed sick, and she said, she was so kind and loving, and she gave me a gift, and then she said, who's your favorite aunt? And like an idiot, I was 7 years old. I didn't know. I said, I love all my aunts equally. And she burst into tears. Of course. Obviously, you say you're my favorite aunt. And she was, but I wanted to be objective. Well, kids are stupid. In any case, Jesus isn't stupid, but look what he says. He says something that unquestionably must have hurt his mother, if in fact he said this. But he's a world redeemer, and he embraces everyone as his family. One great example, just one more. We'll end with this, because we'll then go on with the parables. We have the next unit, chapter 13, is the parables of the kingdom. General MacArthur. Now, my uncle was a general in the Marine Corps, and he said talking to General MacArthur was like being hit by a truck. MacArthur was tough. And he had a son. And he wrote a poem, God build me a son, and of course the son was to be the ideal army man and all that. The son was so estranged from his father. Being General MacArthur's son must have been quite an experience. And that he changed his name, he moved to Greenwich Village, and he attended his father's funeral in a dress with lipstick and makeup. He was a transvestite. This is General MacArthur's son. He did the thing that would have made MacArthur spin in his grave more than anything. Must have hated him. So here is a man who, MacArthur was a military genius, and everybody admired him. Look what he helped Japan get on his feet after the war. The Incheon landing in Korea, one of the most brilliant things ever done. Maybe the greatest general since Robert E. Lee. And yet his son completely repudiated him. He failed totally as a father. Whew. I mean, it's a universal story. The world redeemers grow beyond their natural families. Okay, we'll continue next week.